Oh man, I put these stories out of order. I was gonna go from the banking cartel to like the real cartel, but now we got the real cartel story too. Mexican cartel responsible for kidnapping 4 Americans appears to apologize. Official says. Well, that's good, dude. They said they're sorry.
That's okay.
The stunning photos show 5 men laying on the pavement, each with hands tied and all but one shirtless, with a handwritten letter claiming.
I bet you like that.
Okay,
huh,
no,
liberal?
they had shirts. They clearly had shirts.
True.
They did.
I'm sorry.
They said all but one shirtless.
Yeah,
get it
cap
right.
already.
Come on.
Yeah, true.
Lies.
I know. We got a lot of NBC nonsense right now, dude. This is driving me crazy right now.
Can't even see.
I'm not triggered. Don't say I'm triggered.
And this is the note?
This is the note, yeah.
Apparently?
This looks like
Like how parts of it are like scribbled out. Like
this looks like someone I know's handwriting.
From Mexico's
Who's
Gulf
not on the show
Cartel,
today.
Stuck to the windshield. A bizarre scene that tonight a senior law enforcement official tells NBC News appears to be an apology from the cartel following the kidnapping that left 2 Americans dead.
Jeez.
The shocking admission almost unprecedented.
Have you seen a PR situation like this?
No, I have not. They made a huge mistake. They killed 2 Americans, and they know that the Mexican government going after them. They know that we're going to go after them as well.
The letter, obtained by the Associated Press from a Mexican official, includes apologies to the people of Matamoros, the Mexican woman who was killed, and the families of the Americans. It reads in part, the Gulf Cartel Scorpion Group strongly condemns the events of Friday, March 3rd. For this reason, we have decided to hand over those involved, adding the men acted under their own determination and undisciplined and against the rules in which the cartel has always operated. Mexican authorities have not...
Dude,
wow,
that's so crazy. Where it's like a corporate apology letter. They probably they're like asking Chat GPT how to write an apology letter for killing Americans. Serious story, not funny. Rest in peace to those who were killed.
Those
can
red-blooded Americans.
ChatGPT report you to the FBI?
Maybe.
Not yet.
That's so funny.
I'm gonna test that out later.
Because that's what people are going to start doing is writing corporate apology letters with Chat GPT. They're like, Chat GPT, I accidentally groped someone in the office the other day.
Why that?
I'm just going to need you to go ahead and write me a little letter.
Just a little one.
And it'll do it.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna start confessing all my
Actually,
sins.
it might not. It might not. They have rules.
There is rules. No, I saw a thing about that.
You can't do certain inappropriate, what they deem inappropriate. So.
Yeah. No, I saw a thing where it was like, it'll write you letters for like misconduct in the office or like, oh, you said something racist or whatever. But then it was like, I cheated on my wife with her mom. Write me an apology or whatever. And then Chat GPT was like, you're on your own.
Sorry, boo.
Yeah.
I bet it'd be just fine giving an apology letter to your wife's boyfriend, though. Isn't that right, Nigel?
Hey, man, it's hard to be racially conscious of what kind of language you should use around fish people. It's not easy, all right? You want words like you don't want to say slippery. You don't want to say moist. You don't want to say damp. You don't want to say, they don't even really like fish person. They prefer aquatic human,
Yeah.
Even though
Are they?
I heard you shouldn't talk about Atlantis. It's kind of like their 9/11. Right?
Atlantis is their very much so. Yes, Atlantis is their 9/11.
Fuck, dude. Actually, the BP oil spill is their 9/11.
That's their Jan 6. Yeah.
and it's tricky because too, like
that's their 2008.
Hurricane Katrina is their Waco.
Oh boy.
Actually, for the fish people, Hurricane Katrina was like a pretty big win for them. They're like, finally a little bit closer.
That was free real estate.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit more of that I know, dude. The fish people are actually very pro climate change. They're like, soon Martha's Vineyard is going to be ours.
Yes.
That's going to be crazy, dude.
They want those ice caps to melt.
Bro.
Don Aquarius has never mentioned such a thing. So for you to assume that all fish people believe that is Racist.
Whoa.
Don't act-
Aquatic
Well,
Pearson,
the
that's
fish
a bit of
people
a
can be
slur.
a dodgy sort, all right? They're
Yeah.
not going to tell you everything. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Look, I'm in a polyamorous relationship, okay? Communication is key. I trust Don Quarius, the fish man, my wife's boyfriend, and I swear to God, if you keep saying bad things about him, I'm gonna bring him on the show, and he's gonna beat your ass.
Oh my God.
We do not endorse violence.
What's fish cum called?
Exactly what you just said.
All I
That's a good
know is it
question.
looks like
Salt water.
I know your wife knows a little thing or two about that.
No, isn't it like milt or something? Like
Milt.
Don Aquarius be like, I'm gonna milt.
Dude.
I need to
All
draw
right.
Don Quarius now.
Dude, but don't think I don't know about the fish people's secret plan to establish the eel estate market, bro. Like they got their
Real
own thing.
estate market, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They call it Operation Nemo. Anyways. So the
cartel, man.
Let's keep watching.
Meanwhile, in Texas, as officials work to get 2 slain Americans back home, survivor Eric
You
James
can't.
Williams
They're
is
dead.
recovering.
Their bodies.
To bury.
Man, they ain't never
His wife
coming
sharing
back.
doctors placed metal rods in his leg, wounded in the hail of gunfire. Tonight, the
Jesus.
cartel ending their letter asking society to remain calm, closing with the guilty parties will pay.
Calm?
What the fuck did he just say? To remain calm?
I believe he wanted us to remain calm. Run that back.
Parties will pay.
Sounds like he needs some
regardless
milk.
Of who will pay, regardless.
Little
remain
more.
calm, closing with the guilty.
Calm.
To remain calm, closing with the
To remain calm?
Calm.
Man, what the hell?
He did
guilty
not.
parties
He did
will
not
pay,
silence that L.
regardless of who they are.
Morgan, what more can you tell us about the condition and the status of the
God, we
American?
got Lester Holdback, dude. This guy's definitely a fish person. Look at this motherfucker.
We've got.
He
Lester
looks like
with,
Abe Sapien from Hellboy, bro. He looks like the Shape of Water.
You know about that, huh?
Is that Don Quarius'
Lester, we
dad?
know this process to repatriate
Don
or
Aquarius
recover
Sr.
those 2 Americans.
This fool looks like a
we
fish
got
person
Chad
too.
Zamos
Hold
on,
on,
the
dude.
scene
I'm
here.
trying to watch and Miss NBC, bro. Come on.
We got Chad Zamos in Brownsville, Texas, over here.
Lester, we know this process.
All of Texas is becoming Brownsville, Texas now with the open border. Thanks, Joe Biden.
To repatriate,
The views expressed on the show are not.
recover those 2 Americans.
This
have
is-
been
this is
ongoing
a
for several
satire,
days
by the
now.
way.
And just in the last few minutes, our crew witnessed this solemn procession, multiple vehicles crossing this.
Borgen Chesky.
I was just
Borgen
looking at that.
Chesky.
I heard nothing he said the whole
I know,
time.
just Borgen.
National Bridge from Mexico back onto U.S.
Look
soil,
at that Texas
carrying
shirt
those
he's
2
wearing, though. You
Americans
know he
who
went on
were
the
headed
scene and said, I need a Texas shirt.
Yep.
He looks like a shark
local-
himself.
That's the zombie apocalypse shirt.
That's true.
This is what happens every time we watch a news clip. We just roast on everyone who's in the clip for their looks.
So informative.
That's all we're good for, I think. We're not gonna
The hard-hitting commentary.
We're not gonna say anything smarter than they're already saying.
Right, yeah, that's probably true. That's my goal in life, is to one day say something smarter than Lester Holt said.
funeral home, and future arrangements
do that.
are expected.
God.
Thanks for watching our YouTube
He's
channel.
like, don't worry, America.
welcome.
We're gonna bring him back. Yours truly, Chesky.
And then we've got the White House press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, getting a little bit of flack from...
Is that the actual
Go ahead
name?
and play the video.
Yeah, I believe so. Karine Jean-Pierre.
We have been able to record a number of personnel working.
Oh,
to
thank
secure
God,
the
dude. We
border
finally got
because
some Fox News up in this bitch. Let's go. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Bro, every
Too
time
much
I see
MSNBC.
every time I see this shit, I just have like flashbacks of Jen.
Oh, Jen Psaki. I know, dude. She couldn't take the heat, bro.
Yeah.
She
What
had
happened
to
to
get
her?
out of the kitchen.
What
She
happened to
quit.
her?
She quit.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, there's the same thing. You know, it's weird because I'm pretty sure back in I actually don't know, but I feel like we did not go through press secretaries this fast back in the Bush and Obama administration. It was probably the same guy
stuck
the
around.
whole fucking time. And probably motherfuckers stuck around throughout multiple administrations, honestly.
Yeah.
But now it's like every year they're just like, I can't fucking take it anymore. I don't know. Dude.
Yeah, they can't take the heat, or like members of the cabinet just get
Tough
caught
job.
stealing clothes from airlines,
Right, yeah.
or you know, it's
Dude,
crazy.
Love Sam Brinton.
Mm-hmm.
That fella's got some balls.
Should hope
Anyways,
so.
let's see what Corrine says.
Of what we've been able
Let's
to do.
listen.
Seizing that fentanyl, we've done it in a historic way. That's because of what this president has done. I just talked about 23,000 federal agents.
What does that mean?
Have been able to be that we've been able to hire and
Look
put
at all
at the
that
border to
blinking.
secure
Hold
the
on, back
border.
that up.
On top
Blinking?
Look at all that blinking a second, dude. Look at that.
Yeah, no, the body language ain't
agents
great.
that have been able to be
She's got worse
body
body language.
hire and put
Did
at
you
the
see
border
that?
to secure-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Do it
7,
one
8.
more Yeah,
That was
dude,
about
like
like
8
her
blinks.
eyeballs twitch. Man, she is on the defensive as fuck.
Oh, I mean, always. That's pretty much press secretary
President
business
has done.
now.
I just
You
talked
can't be
about
like that.
25,000 federal agents that have been able to be that we've been able to hire and put.
I was
at
like
the
9.
border
I
to
counted
secure the
9.
Yeah.
On top of that, historic sanctions going after traffickers and other financiers are helping to.
That's how you know she's serious is when she does the thumb like this.
Yeah.
That's how you know. That's the ultimate.
Giving.
Man, liberal over here is too borged up. You know, you can't hold it in, bro.
Damn.
You're gonna miss the important press secretary news. I'm gonna take a half a second and drink some more Borg myself.
I'd have a Borg with her.
Occasional splitting of the Borg, you know, mutual Borging, if you will.
We broke Borg together.
I thought we were Borgers.
But we weren't.
It's like a fucking war documentary, Band of Borgers.
Band of Borgers. Speaking of Borgers and all this financial shit, I wonder if it still holds true that the Big Mac is just a better store of value than like the US dollar and all of cryptocurrency.
The Big Mac.
Explain.
Yeah. Well, the Big Mac has been just consecutively like the same value, like
Oh, the same
for
price.
all of its existence, basically. Yeah, you know. So the joke is, you know, Big Macs are a better store of value than the U.S. dollar, which is kind of true in you know in some cases.
More predictable.
historically. Yeah.
Or maybe just
More
Big Mac.
stable.
Big Mac technology has just improved so much that the cost of Big Mac have been cut down. Or maybe McDonald's just takes an L on every Big Mac sold because they can.
Doubt it.
Man, like
Yeah, probably
Costco
not.
with
Yeah,
the
I was
hot dogs. Yeah,
Right? Oh, no, that's kind of a thing though.
where
Where
they're
it's
just
like
like
hot
it's the
dogs.
beloved product.
Or
you
like
know?
if we fucking change the price of this, it's gonna be a shit show.
Yeah. Well, similar to big franchises like Starbucks. I mean, McDonald's was kind of the original one, but like a lot of their value actually comes from the commercial real estate that they own because there's
Oh, yeah.
so many locations,
True, dude.
which is very interesting. But
That's why we need to build an underwater McDonald's
yeah,
to get the real estate market popping.
we need to get McDonald's
God.
in space.
get that brackish breakfast. You know what I'm saying?
Disrupt fentanyl supply chains throughout their flow to the U.S. And we're really
Why are they trying to disrupt the fentanyl supply, bro? I'm trying to get lit.
expanded access to treatments like
Right.
that are saving lives, if you think about it, which prevent overdoses, expanding as our fentanyl test strips. And through the removal of the X waiver, anyone registered to prescribe controlled medications can now prescribe life-saving medication to treat addiction. So again, we are seizing fentanyl at record historic levels because of what the president has done to secure our border. And look, we've also
Which would be-
coordinated, made sure that we're coordinated.
I don't like press secretaries in general. Their
I mean,
whole
they're just
job-
it's a tough job. You're just a hired liar. Like that's all you do is just
You're
cover someone's ass.
a hired dick sucker is what you are.
I mean, basically,
Just a
yeah.
verbal dick sucker.
Yeah.
That's like your whole job is just to be like, nah, the president's actually dope, and here's why, and you're
Right.
wrong, and he's actually like killing it. Like
They just
fuck
are like, here's all the shit that's going terribly wrong, and here's the story we would like you to spin.
For real.
it's disingenuous.
And everyone
I
is
don't
going
like
to
it.
ask you about it in a very direct and hostile way.
Yeah.
And they're going to ask you 5-part questions, and you're going to have to make us not look bad.
There's so much less hostile now. I mean, this one guy, Peter Ducey, is like the only guy that even fucking like gives any pushback on this shit. the White House press corps, because it's like if you ask too many tough questions, they just kick you out. So it's just this whole charade of like the press secretary
Pushing
being like
the edge.
It's like the press secretary is just like, well, here's why the president's actually sick, and then these journalists are like, well, actually, you're kind of not that sick, but they can't like really push back or really ask any tough questions. It's a whole fucking.
It's a weird game. I'm sure they have to dance around like you said. They have to ask a question in a way that's going to. I mean, the question basis is probably what's really important. Is they have to ask questions that are going to trip you up and like essentially make you to address that you're not going to have anything on to be like, see,
yeah. Dude, but this is why I do miss Trump doing all of the press briefings and stuff. And he'd be like, wrong, what a gay question that was. Just unbelievable.
Right, he'd berate you.
He's like, you fuck a fish person. Go next question.
You're dumb. No. Goodbye.
Joe Biden never answers any press questions. In fact, like there was just a video, I didn't put it in here, but it was like people are still asking him a bunch of questions about all these banks failing, and he just walks out of the room. So that's like one of those things that just keeps happening over and over. It's kind of pathetic where it's just like they're like, Mr. President, what about the, and then he's just walking out, dude. It's rough.
Our relationship with Mexico to deal with what we're seeing as it relates to violence, as it relates to cartel. That is a relationship that we've continued to build with Mexico, an incredibly important partner. You saw that when he went down for the summit in Mexico City. So the president is dedicated to this and is doing the work that we're actually seeing at the border, again, when we think about fentanyl.
But the violence aspect of it, now Americans are being slaughtered. Would President Biden be taking the same approach if it was Al-Qaeda or ISIS operating just across the border from an American city?
The president takes this very seriously. He takes this very seriously. The FBI and other agencies have been on top of this from day one. And so that's what he's going to continue to do. When it comes to Americans' lives and when it comes to the safety.
Joe Biden's like, come on, man, we're not going to build a fucking wall. They're gonna jump over. The little Mexican jumping beans. They're gonna jump right over. What's the point?
Oh man. Have you seen those walls too? Like I mean, if you have any dexterity, you could just like grab a couple of them and shimmy your way right the fuck over.
Right.
Like, it's nothing, dude. Like,
going to make sure that is a top priority.
Would President Biden ever consider using the U.S. military to disrupt cartel operations?
I'm just not going to get into the military and how it's being used. Okay.
I want to go back to the question about the FCC nominee. Gigi Sohn has a statement to the Washington Post.
All right, Peter Ducey asking Karine Jean-Pierre some questions about the killings at Matamoros and what the president plans to do about it. And as she says, the president takes it seriously, which is sort of a pat answer.
Very serious.
That's not an answer.
Asked when it comes to what's the president doing about it.
On foreign policy, anyway. I mean, it seems to be her go-to playbook answer. Nobody seems to have yet pressed her on.
That's the thing. Even that, where it's like he's like barely even pushing back. It's like, I don't know. The whole thing's a fucking sham. But anyways, that's the shit's crazy though, dude. I mean, man, but it's crazy that the actual fucking cartel seems to take more responsibility for doing bad shit than like our own government.
They have
or, like,
more
corporate.
principles.
Yeah,
they
like,
know
sorry.
they're about the evil, like
Right.
explicitly, and they're just like, we don't have to be evil and savages
They're
for
like-
no reason, at least.
They're like, we literally do blood magic and shit, but that was a little much even for us. You know what? That was our bad. That was our.
My bad. We're sorry.